It's a Wednesday, hump day. It's a beautiful day outside. Fortunately, I'm inside most of the time. Right now, I can't believe how fast this week is flying by. But I'm gonna try to stay focused, get some work done. Today I have a story, a real life story, and a reminder. So I think it was around March or April, so it's been several months ago. I was getting vitamins out of our vitamin cabinet, which is up here above the stove, and I dropped a vitamin bottle, and it hit our glass stovetop, which is electric, and shattered it. Now, I never knew that a vitamin bottle could shatter an entire glass or an entire stovetop, but it does. It can. So, essentially, we haven't had a proper stovetop since then. And it's already November, it's almost December. We decided we were just going to go ahead and convert to gas, because that's what we prefer. And we have called around to have a gas pipe run to our stove. And then we also found a gas stove top for use, but for really cheap. It's $30. So calling around to plumbers, you actually hire a plumber to run the pipe for the gas. We got a number of different replies. One company said that it would be between $2,000 and $3,000 to run the line. Another company said we could pay $2,500 for them to come out and inspect, and then they would tell us how much it would cost to actually run the line. A couple others, and then one guy said came out for free, in quotes, compared to that other company, and said that it would cost $700 to run the line. Well, you can probably guess which plumber we decided to go with. The $700 guy. Because the other ones couldn't give us a straight answer or even a time when they could come visit. So we scheduled a time for the plumber to come out. The day he was supposed to show up, we got a call that he had a death in the family and he couldn't make it. So no problem, we can reschedule. That's completely understandable. We rescheduled for 2 weeks later. The day he's supposed to come, we get a call that he stepped on a nail and he's in the hospital. Okay, bad luck, but totally understand. This actually happens 3 more times where we get a call the day of and he doesn't show up. So, one, you're probably asking, why did you even let it go so long, which is a fair ask, and I don't have a good answer. But after 5 times, I'm done. So I start looking at plumbers again to run the line, and they're in the thousands. And I go to Home Depot and I look around at some pipes and some tools and do some research on YouTube. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, how hard could this actually be? It's running a pipe from one point in my attic to another point and then down a wall. So I start speccing it out, and I'm not the most handy person, but I can do anything I need to. And I mean, I think doing it myself, I could probably do it for $200. So that, plus my parents just came in town to visit this week. And anytime my dad visits, he wants to work on a handyman project. So it was really perfect timing. It was a last minute visit. And I've been working my job every day. So my dad has basically, in 1.5 days, completed the entire project. So he changed out the electrical. He's gone to Home Depot about 5 times, and he ran the gas pipe. And now he's finishing up installing the stove, which is awesome. I mean, admittedly, my dad can do just about anything handyman wise. I don't think I could have done it by myself, but I'm really thankful that he knows how to do that, and he came by to help. So what did I learn from all this? Well, it reminded me of the old the old rule of thumb for startups, that you should do everything yourself for as long as possible. And that's something that I try to teach my clients as they're starting their own startups, because the way most of them think is, hey, I'll pay somebody a bunch of money, they'll build this thing for me, and then it'll be done, and it'll start generating revenue magically. And if there are other things that need to happen, like marketing or SEO, then I'll just pay somebody else. And that can work, but it's a really inefficient way to run your business, a startup at least. And not because you're paying a bunch of money, but because you're not as involved as you need to be. You need to understand every aspect of your startup and what goes into fulfilling different scenarios, whether it's accounting, marketing, business development, sales, programming, if you have that skill set, or at least understanding it. And a lot of times, like with technology startups, DevOps is one of those kind of tricky aspects. So it might be running your own DevOps for a while until it becomes complicated and you can't do it. And then you hire a DevOps guy or a DevOps team. Coincidentally, that's why we use Heroku most of the time, starting off. So the correlation between the gas pipe stovetop issue and startups, I've waited months and months and months for someone else to solve my problem. I could have potentially paid thousands of dollars. I didn't technically complete it myself, but in 2 days, it's been completed for less than $200, and that's pretty awesome. Definitely something to think about as I go forward and find new challenges in my business and my clients' businesses. That's all for today. Over and out.